Welcome everyone to an episode on J&J Says. Today I'd like to show you the Nexus 7. This video I just want to give you a little bit of my thoughts and just what I thought and how I even came to getting the Nexus 7. About a month ago, Google had their I/O conference. I wasn't too interested when they first announced that we're gonna have an I/O conference, and I didn't really follow it. I know there were some leaks about the Nexus device, but just didn't really care for it too much. One reason because, I'll put it this way, I do have an iPad, put it that way, and just wasn't crazy about having another tablet. And I did play around with the Galaxy Tab 10.1, but I wasn't too crazy about it either. But when they did have that Google I/O conference, they announced that, and I saw that. I just came home, put it on YouTube, watched one of the links, or one of the thumbnails was about the Google I/O conference, about the new Nexus device. So I said, hey, let me see what's going on, and they showcased this, and I was not thinking I was going to get another tablet, or maybe if I did, it would probably be the next iPad, to be honest. But they did show this Nexus device. It is so, when they announced it, it was just, spec-wise, I am a spec nerd. I do care about the specs. If I do get a computer or I do get some device, it can't be the lowest, can't be the medium. It has to be pretty, one of the best. And while I'm not going to spend thousands of dollars for the best, I do have a budget, but I do want to get something good. And they announced this tablet. It's got a, well, here, let me go over like the specs real quick. Alright, first of all, the device is a 7-inch, hence Nexus 7. It has a front-facing camera right there. When you hold it, you can hold it with one hand. This is great. Actually, first I was thinking, I have a, well, let me show you real quick. I do have a Galaxy phone. It does, the one hand thing. I can just use one hand to watch videos, to do web browsing. And when you hold this, actually it feels great for a tablet, 7-inch tablet. It just feels really good in the hand, and it doesn't feel cheap at all. It feels really good, and it's sturdy, and I actually find myself using it more than my phone or even the iPad recently. So I've had this Nexus 7 for a couple of days, and when I did see the I/O conference, I really thought about it. Do I really need another tablet? But this tablet is really amazing. First of all, like I said, I was going to say about the specs. It does have a Tegra 3 chip inside. So it's a quad-core chip at 1.2 gigahertz, and it has a 12-core GPU. So graphics is a plus already there. And the kicker was that this starts at $200. This is not the $200 8GB version. This is the 16 gigabyte for $249.99. With shipping and tax and everything, it was about $282. So right now, I know the 16 gigabyte as of today, July 21st. This is, I know it says coming soon, but you can get the 8 gigabyte version. But to be honest, having more space, and because it doesn't have a micro SD slot, I think the 16 gigabyte is the way to go. Just for the extra $50, just get the biggest one you can. It is Wi-Fi, no 3G, no 4G. So you need to be connected to some hotspot or wireless router or something to be connected to the internet. Okay, so quick hardware. It is a 7-inch device, but I think the cool thing, let me get the box out of the way. Okay, I think the cool thing is, look, it's a 7-inch device. It holds really in one hand. The iPad, it is, well, definitely it's a lot heavier. But if you have the iPad there and you have this, you can actually see it's like almost half the size. I mean, 1, 2. That's how big it is. It's half the size. That's actually pretty amazing. So I'm going to go over the specs real quick, give you an idea of what's going on. Actually, that was interesting. Check this out. It was off. I think there's a magnet in there somewhere. Look at this. I'm not touching anything. Look at that. So either this Nexus device has a magnet or some kind of thing that will cause the screen to go on and off. That is actually quite interesting. Anyway, I did see that video about the magnet on the screen to smart cover screen thing, but you can actually use both devices and do it. That's quite funny. Anyway, okay, here we have the Nexus 7, here you have the iPad. You can tell the screen is a lot longer. I mean, it's a 7-inch screen, but it's the dimensions ratio-wise, it's a lot longer. It is 1200 by 800 pixels. The iPad, this is an iPad 2 actually. The iPad 2 is it's a 4:3 ratio. This is 16:9, and I forgot what this was. 1024 by 768 pixel resolution. Okay, some quick specs. Gonna go run down on it. Okay, so the Nexus 7 does have Gorilla Glass, which is really cool because I don't like using screen protectors. It has this an IPS display. It is sharp, but I just wish sometimes it's a little brighter, but actually it's easy on the eye. So if you're gonna be looking at the screen all day, it's actually really nice. Battery-wise, good. For me, I've been able to use it for 3 days without and then having to charge it, so that's a good amount for me. And so, like I said, Tegra 3 processor. It's a the front camera is 1.2 megapixel front camera. It doesn't have a camera on the back, and that's not a problem for me because I don't take pictures with. I'm not going to use a tablet to take pictures. I use my phone. Actually, the Galaxy S2 phone pictures are quite adequate, and I do have a camera. So, tablet for me is just for reading, web browsing, and so forth. So here we have the Jelly Bean. I've just downloaded some stuff to enjoy, and it does come with some free stuff. So you do get $25 for the Play Store, and when you buy stuff, it'll tell you have $25, buy whatever you want. Okay, oh that was weird. Oh, maybe that was the main screen. Okay, so you do get $25 for the Play Store apps, and it does come with 2 books. You get the Nexus 7 guidebook. You get Born Dominion. You get quite a few magazines. Actually, I can even show real quick what magazines you get. You do get Popular Science. You get Esquire magazine, Food, Traveler, Family Circle. The only magazine I'm really interested in is in Popular Science, and that's about it. But these are all July editions, so that's really nice. Okay, the other thing you do get, so here, let me show you the books real quick. So you do get the 2 books, the Born Dominion and Nexus 7 guidebook. All these you do have to download. They're not pre-installed or anything like that. And you do get Transformers the movie, so that's kind of nice. So this is kind of cool that you can just pick it up, open the box, start up, and just play around with it. So that's really nice. So I have to install some apps. I did install some games. Did try Shadowgun THD, but it was fine. I mean, one thing I do notice is maybe it's because there's not that many. Maybe, I'm not sure actually why, but the App Store, I feel there's not that many apps for tablets. So for example, here at Flipboard. The Flipboard in here is pretty much the same thing as on my Galaxy S2 device. The iPad app for the Flip is really well done. Actually, it's really nice. So here, let me give you an example. Here at Flipboard, that's what it looks like on the Nexus 7. And on the iPad, I'll show what it looks like. Here's the iPad version. And so when you start it up, it gives you this screen here, and this is the screen on the Nexus 7. Actually, we'll go to the same thing. This is what it looks like, and I wish it would do the same on the Nexus 7. So when you flip around on the Flipboard, it goes left to right. Here it goes down up, and just kind of nice to be able to do this. And it does work in landscape mode on the iPad, but on Nexus 7 it doesn't work in landscape mode. So that was a little not too happy about that when I saw that it's pretty much the same thing as the phone version. Okay, enough about the iPad. Okay, so I like the fact that it is these soft keys or screen keys to go home, back, and multitasking. But sometimes I do find myself, if I don't look for this camera up here, I do forget which way is up and down. And so sometimes I find myself holding it this way and it's upside down, and I should be holding it that way. Overall, I have to admit the screen is nice. It's compared to the iPad 2, the resolution is much sharper, much better. I do enjoy using the Nexus 7. Actually, I do use this more. every day since I've got it, more than the iPad 2. It's lighter. It's so much lighter and feels so nice in the hand. It's so much lighter. Just one hand, that's all you need. I wish they would do the landscape home screen, but they don't. It's just landscape. And it feels really nice, and it comes with Google Chrome. One thing I have to say about Google Chrome, I like using Chrome on computers, PC, but on the Nexus 7, I wish it was a little bit faster, because some websites, I mean, let me show you. One website I do like to go to, I'm not advertising this or anything, but it's IGN.com. I do play a lot of games. It's nice to just go to IGN and just watch, and it's smooth. But some websites, like, let me give you an example. Let's go to GameStop. Here's another one of those websites I do visit. Wait for it to load up. Okay, here we have a GameStop. Sometimes it's not as smooth. You see my fingers actually going up and down. It's not registering right away, and it should be faster. So props to Apple for making things a little smoother on that front, but Google, I mean, they've really refined it, and I really appreciate the effort. I mean, you can see that they have a passion and effort to really making users enjoy tablets and just to really enjoy this tablet. And I really look forward to see what they do in the future. I was not even thinking about ever getting a Android tablet because I don't feel it's as smooth, refined, and just the user experience sometimes is not as fluid as I would like. But you see, this could be, I think, smoother. It's a little bit jittery. It's not. It's definitely not going to be the hardware. It's the software that's doing that. The other place, just in general, just some websites do really work well. Some websites don't. Let me give you an example. Sometimes I do go to, let's say, Ben's Bargains. It gives me the mobile version. I mean, this is a tablet. I would just wish it would just realize it's a tablet and just give me the like a desktop version. I mean, the reason you do get a tablet is because even though it's mobile, you do want that desktop laptop experience on a tablet, and that's what I'd like to, instead of always looking for click on the desktop request or just looking for the desktop link. Okay, so everything else is good. One thing I do have to complain about is the Gmail app. The trash, I wish I could just delete everything at once. You know what I mean? Like, if on the iPad you can just delete everything and empty the trash. This one, I think you have to wait 30 days and just automatically does it for you, but not a killer, but still would be nice. One app I wish they would optimize is Engadget. I do read Engadget quite often. I wake up in the morning, like to get my electronic daily fix, but there's a gap. I don't know why. So sorry, the camera's not showing enough, but this is the header. Okay, you can scroll through this, but there's this big gap here. It's for nothing. I don't know what it's for. And then down here is all the news. So there's just this wasted space there, and I hope soon Engadget will optimize that for this tablet or any tablet in general. I really enjoy using this app for web browsing. Most of the apps I do notice are for the mobile device, well, phone devices, Android phone devices. But hopefully soon they'll at least modify or make them for tablet devices as well. Because even though, here's an example, the Facebook app, it's the same as my phone, and I wish they would hopefully soon upgrade, modify, change, or make another one for the tablet. I think Flickster, it feels different. It feels like this is for the tablet. But for Facebook, I like the iPad app for Facebook, and I hope they actually do that for the Android tablet. Android in general, I've had an Android device since Donut, and I've had the first Galaxy device. I do have the Galaxy 2 device now, and Galaxy 3, I'm going to wait a little bit on that, just think about it a little bit. But I do really appreciate Android. I do see the passion. I do see where they're going with this, and I like where it's going, and I really like what they're doing. It's really catering to, I think, also those people who do like technology, who do like to mess around with just really intense, well, not intense, but just a more complex user interaction, I would say. Whereas iPad, definitely, iOS is just simple. It's all buttons, just something you just push, slide push slide, whereas Android, I feel like they put the effort on people who really like to play with technology, who really like to mess around with technology, and I really appreciate that. So hopefully they keep working on this and it goes really well. So thanks for watching this video. I hope I gave you my thoughts. Maybe I gave you too much of my thoughts, but just some things I was thinking about when I got the Nexus 7. I do not regret this. I love this device. I'm so glad I did get it. I did pre-order the first day it was announced. I really thought about it for a while. Do I need this tab? Should I wait for it to see what people think? Well, so forth. But for $250 compared to the iPad, well, iPad 3, let's say, iPad 3's $500 pricing, you know what? I'm happy with this Nexus 7. The price is just the icing, just super icing on the cake. But the device itself, 16 gigabyte, it's enough for me. And everything I can do on this, just go outside. I don't even think twice about taking this with me because it's so small, so light, and I can just throw it in a bag. Whereas if you have this, I would not throw that in the bag. You probably are gonna have to put the smart cover over it, and that's what you're gonna do. But with the Nexus 7, you don't really think about it. It feels good. You don't have to, just think about it so much. It's not even heavy. This iPad, it just feels so heavy now. This iPad 2, the iPad 3 is heavier than the iPad 2. You're probably thinking, gosh, that's just too much. But the Nexus device just feels so nice in the hand. I really like it. I really appreciate it. It doesn't feel bulky. It doesn't feel heavy. It feels really nice in the hand. It is it's glass. It is a fingerprint magnet, but I do like it a lot. Even in landscape mode, it feels really nice. And I think the bezel, the large bezel, is just perfect for my thumb size. It actually fits my thumb really well, and it's really nice to hold. So thank you for watching my video, and I hope I gave you some ideas of the Nexus 7 device. If it was announced as Nexus 10 device, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Well, I can't say that, but I really like the Nexus 7. It's different. It's not the same as a iPad or Galaxy 10. It's small. It's unique. It feels good. Actually, I didn't think I would enjoy it this much. But the 7-inch size is a really nice sweet spot. I did play around with the Galaxy Tab 7. Oh, Galaxy Tab 2, and I didn't like it. I didn't think it was as much. I just didn't really play around with too much. I played around with it, but never got really into it. But this Nexus 7 device is fun. I really like it. I like the software. Just as it's a clean stock Android 4.1 is amazing. I love it. Just hope in the future that they do more with tablet software, and just really look forward to the future of Google and Android. And I hope as this tablet is on the market, that continues to upgrade. If it does get 5.0 or 6.0, 7.0, that keeps upgrading, because this Tegra 3 is really powerful and everything about this device is wonderful, and I hope it sticks around for a while. So my $250 just goes further and further and further. Thanks for watching an episode on J&J Says. I hope I gave you some thoughts, shared some thoughts that you might have thought of, and if you have any questions, comment section's for you. Thank you guys, and have a great day. See ya.